Hi everyone, Lee here from the Car Zoo. Today we're going to be answering some of your questions. And the first question is, what's your favourite car? I'd say my favourite car is the G-Wagon. We imported that a few years ago with the intention of selling it. But I just liked it so much and my family liked it. It was one that I had to keep. Still got that today. And the second question is, the weirdest request for a vehicle and where from? I would say not really the weirdest request for a car, but the weirdest cars we've had. I'll name a couple. And ones we've had a minibus that looked like a steam train. So when it was going down the road, it had the funnels and everything on the top of it. So it actually looked like a train going along the road. And everybody used to turn around at that. The next one we've got is a bus that's shaped like a dog. And that's used by kindergarten schools. And the idea behind it is the kids wait on the corner and they see what's going to come round the corner to take them to school. Some days it's a panda, it's a dog. It could be the train. They use all different things. Another crazy car is the Buddhist hearses that we've had. They have like a temple inside, PAs on the outside, all gold dragons and things. That's probably one of the craziest cars that we've had. And the next question is, which car would you buy right now as an investment? I would probably personally buy for an investment a Mazda AZ1, AutoZam AZ1. 5 years ago, you could buy one of those for about £8,000, where now you're looking 15,000 upwards. And now that they're 25 years old and they can go into America, you're probably looking at 25 plus in the next 5 years. You know, these could be like 50 grand cars too. Another one that I would say is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 Tommy Mackinnon, the red ones. One of those cars a few years ago you'd probably buy for 25,000. Now I've seen them going over £100,000 now, and I think they haven't stopped there. And the next question is, what was the one car you sold which you wish you kept? We've had this question previously and I would probably answer it the same, and it's the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. Those a few years ago you could buy for around about £10,000 or £12,000, where now you're having to pay probably 25,000 because 25 years old in America. Probably they're going to be around about a £50,000 car too. And the next question is, why buy an imported car instead of a local one? The answer to that's quite simple really. An imported car, especially from Japan, is looked after a lot better than what we look after cars. They don't use salt on the roads, so you don't have the rust. The maintenance on them is really high. Mileage is low on them because they have a lot of toll roads and a lot of public transport, so they can get around easy. They get a lot of free bus, tube, train passes, so they predominantly have low mileage cars. And I suppose this sort of like circles back to the Japanese culture, how they like to look after things. They like everything organised, everything tidy, everything clean. The interiors on the cars still have the original plastics on them. Even the car we bought from the 1970s still had the plastic on the doors and the carpets. A lot of cars that come from there are like that. The Japanese tend to carry driving slippers, so they'll change the shoes just to get into the car. So they're driving it like they would be walking into their own home. So that's one of the reasons why I would say an import is better to buy. And the next question is, what is your opinion on electric vehicles and will it change your business? My opinion on electric vehicles, I don't like electric vehicles. A lot of politics behind it about the batteries, how you charge and where the energy comes from. I like the mild hybrid idea where you're running on petrol while you charge your car. Surely I think that's got to be a better option, and it would have been a better way to introduce people into the electric cars if we were going to go with them in the future. There's going to be problems just like there was when they said everyone should have a diesel and then they said they shouldn't, and then we should go back to petrol and now we should have electric. Will it affect my business? I think it will change the business. I don't know whether it will affect the business, but it will change the business. But a lot of people now want classic cars to put electric motors in them. As much as one door closes, another one will open in the business, so I don't think it'll affect it, it'll just change it. And the next question is, any car you've not had a chance to import yet that you would love to import in the future? Nothing really, because if I really want to import something, I just go ahead and look for it and get it. You know, that's part of the passion of the job and what I like doing. If something comes into my head and I think, you know, I'd like to import one of them in the future, then I just do it today. Another side of that is really, sometimes people may request a car, so I'll import a car that I had no interest in, and they'll sort of like educate me, and we have like an import scheme for that where you can ask us to find something for you, and when we find that car for you, we tend to educate ourselves on that car, and sometimes it becomes something that we want to import regular, or we find more customers for that car. And the next question is, what's the most powerful car you've had and where did you get it from? I would say the most powerful cars that we've had in is the likes of the Honda NSX, Nissan Skyline, Mercedes G-Wagon, and maybe cars like the Mitsubishi Evolutions, but we're not really all about powerful cars. Like our brand name's the Car Zoo. We have all species of cars from all around the world. And the next question is, what's the most popular car you import? I would say the most popular car we import is the Nissan Elgrand, probably because of its diversity and the multi-use that you can use it for. It appeals to campers, workers, families, all sorts. Another popular car really is, if you want to look at the classic market, is the Mini. And the next question is, what's the worst car you've ever imported? The worst car I've ever imported was a Toyota Century convertible, but it wasn't a Toyota Century convertible. Someone had chopped the roof off it, they'd removed the suspension, they'd put a boombox, beatbox music system in the back seats. And it's one car that I actually bought whilst I was in Japan and not in the UK. I bought it and I told them, said, just buy that car. I've never seen one, it's got to be rare. And I was so excited for the car to come. And when it actually arrived, I hadn't done the checks on it that I do with all my cars, because I was actually there and I was taking a risk. It was the other side of Japan, I wasn't there, and I just said buy it. The next question, which cars have you imported and kept for yourself, not for sale? There's not many actually, but there is a couple. I've imported a Sierra 4x4 Sapphire Cosworth, low mileage, and the reason I haven't sold that is because I really don't know what the car's worth yet. People value it all over the place, so I've just tended to keep all of it. I know they'll just go up in value. One day I probably will sell it. Another car is, well, it's a few cars. I've imported a few Volkswagen Combi camper vans. The reason I haven't advertised or I'm selling them is because I've customized them how I like them, but the thing is I don't get time to drive them and they sit there. So same again, those probably will get advertised over time. And the next question is, what is your favorite import? I would say my favorite import is probably the FJ Cruiser, because it's modern, it's versatile, it's different, and it's not expensive for a four-wheel drive. For the price you can buy an FJ Cruiser between 20 and 30,000 pounds. They exceed things like the Range Rovers and the G-Wagons and the Defenders that you're paying over £100,000 for. You get a lot more from them when you're driving them. And the next question is, how many key cars can you fit in a shipping container? There's different size key cars, because you can get things like the Midget, and then you can get the Subaru Sambas, the Cappuccinos, Caravans. There's so many different things, the pickups. But I would probably say, if you're not going to strap them up in a container, which is a way of doing it, probably going to get 4, maybe 5 in there. If you're going to strap them up, you could probably get 6 or 7 into a 40-foot container. And the final question is, what is a JDM car? The JDM car is a car that was solely built for the Japanese domestic market. They weren't built for any other country. These were likes of like the Nissan Algrand, the Figaro, Toyota Will, some special edition Skylines, the Mazda Bongo, Toyota Century, cars like those. So that's the end of the Q&A. We'll probably do another Q&A soon. So if you have any other questions, put them in the comments and we'll answer them on the next video.